At those times, it's like a baby. Got to take him to go potty.
Absolutely. What are you up to today?
Going Safeway and then going to the bus stop to charge all my stuff.
Yeah, Officer Reeves telling you they were trespassing you from Safeway when they didn't is definitely bullshit, and it's
I
also
saw that
against
video
the law.
you posted with the picture of him. Where'd you get that picture?
From the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dude's doucher.
Bro, literally, I was with a friend and like, is that Officer Reeves? Like, give me my phone back. Let me see this.
Fuck yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's certain things you just don't do. If you're going to be a cop, be a good cop. But they don't have those no more.
Nope.
If you got one bad cop, the other cop just going to let him get away with it.
I figured out what I had to spend $7 on. It was the 3 energy drinks. And you want to know the funny thing? I only got to keep one because 2 other people asked for one. I was like, fine, here you go. So out of all my money I could have used for dog food, I used...
Were you able to get any dog food?
Yeah, I have dog food in my bag.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't have a dog, but I do have whatever this shit is. Ooh. Wilderness Trail Toppers, Wild Cuts, Chunky Salmon, Bites in Hearty Gravy.
Wait, is it like food or like...
No, it goes on top of food.
Ah.
It's specifically for dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eli Friend. Your last name is really Friend?
Yeah. Wait, is it recording?
Yes, I think. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work. But here's the thing. The stuff with Officer Reeves, not cool. That needs to not happen. For him to target you, especially after the situation with that girl in the parking lot here, and then for him to come back and harass you in the same location in the parking lot, that's right.
Oh, look at that puppy.
Like, the fact that he's harassed you, you said, what, 5 or 6 times since then?
Yeah.
Fucking you. That's the thing, is that when he came up on you, he was definitely aggressive and looking for an excuse to be mean to somebody, and that's definitely not acceptable. You know, with him doing that to that little girl and then treating you the way that he treats you, like, how's somebody supposed to feel safe going to the sheriff's department? Now, when they saw that I was recording, they shut their mouths, but that's just because they know I recorded it. I've made a big stink about it since it happened, you know? Probably about 1 out of every 4 or 5 videos I reference that. There's also been a lot of shit like that that's happened. You should watch you should get on and check the one Jamie again. There's a guy, this is in the Dalles, Oregon, where this happened. There's this lady who's got some mental issues from abuse, and it's a church parking lot, and it's being run like a prison yard, and this guy fucking straight up won't leave her alone, stalks her through the parking lot. First he pushes her, and then he starts walking after her, and then when she's getting away from him, he starts fucking running and fucking takes a running sock at the back of her head.
Oh, I saw that. You showed me that at the church.
Yo. And the cops just pretend I'm crazy and I made it all up.
How do you make something like that up?
Well, I've got it on video. I just need somebody to go in with me to verify that it's not a figment of my imagination. I know that sounds stupid, but they just call me mentally ill, refuse to do their job, and then they go, oh, well, we did do our job. There was nothing going on. One of the things with them telling you that you're supposed to call and talk to one of their superiors. Yeah, kind of, but you also have to write a written report.
To make sure that superior ain't corrupt too.
That's not going to work. That's why you go in with somebody, because it's a lot harder for them to pull those little tricks if somebody goes with you who's informed of what to do. Anytime they try to tell their story over the top of you, they're breaking the law. That's the thing about you being abused, is that it's abuse against you. They don't get to interrupt you to tell their narrative over and over again.
Okay.
when you go in, because they're inevitably going to pretend like nothing happened and they didn't do anything wrong. And if you don't have it recorded, you have to pay money to get that evidence from them. And that takes time. And then all of the places that you're sent to try to turn them in, because you do have legal recourses when they refuse to do their job. But you have to have the recordings that they're not doing their job. If they're sending you to places that are telling you that it's not their job to do that, then you have to record both ends, because if the cops are going to send you to mental health and mental health says it's not their job, then they're both screwing up because it is their jobs. Now, when you write it down, that's when you talk to their superior. You write it down and you turn it in that way, and you do it with someone and you record it when it happens. That way you have the evidence of it and it's written down. That way, and I can send you the video. I can send you the videos if you want to look at them. When I went to the courthouse and several other locations, trying to call in and turn this stuff in.
Yeah.
They said, well, because it's not written down and the police didn't write anything down, we don't have anything on it, so we don't know what you're talking about. I've also got recordings.
Wait, they didn't write down about the little girl in parking lot?
Yep, that and the harassment the other day.
They're supposed to.
Do what?
They're supposed to report everything.
But they don't.
Especially since it was about me.
But they don't. That's the thing. That's why it needs to be written down, is so that you have legal recourse when they refuse to do their job. Just because they do record it doesn't mean that you're going to be allowed access to that recording, and the mountain of bullshit that they make you jump through to get it, it still costs you money. So then you have to panhandle up money, or you have to earn the money if you're able-bodied. But that's the thing about the safety protocol for somebody who is an at-risk or disabled adult. Basically, anybody who's homeless is an at-risk or disabled adult.
Yeah.
Just because you're homeless means that you're at risk, and people's assumptions are what disables you and hobbles you. You must be a druggie because you're homeless. You must be an alcoholic because you're homeless. You must be a murderer because you're homeless. You must be this. You must be that. Anyway, if you write down both of those situations, if possible, if you don't have paper, I can give you some. And then I'm going to write mine down too, and we can both turn it in together, as well as the evidence that I've got recorded. And there's also more of it, because there's a lot of instances where I've tried to turn it in. That situation with Mary Jane, as well as, well, the situation with you really needs to be turned in as soon as possible too.
Yeah.
One of the most important things when a crime is committed against you is to turn it in right away. When you have to be afraid because the police are the ones who are committing crimes against you, it gets real complicated, but you still need to turn it in right away. Now that it's been 3 days already, they're going to use that as an excuse to do all sorts of stupid shit.
Yeah.
They're going to say, oh, well, why didn't you try to turn it in right away? And the fact that you are literally afraid of the police doesn't make any difference to them. They're not going to accept that as an excuse, but it's a legit answer. And if you've got somebody who's there with you when you explain that, they don't get to hurt you for it. You've got somebody there, it's being recorded, so your safety is mostly guaranteed.
It gets done. Sorry, that was you.
Oh, you're good. Anyway,
What is smoking?
I don't know. The library will be open tomorrow, though. I don't know if you're able to write stuff down, like, as soon as possible, but the sooner the better. I got a few things that I need to turn in, and that's one of the situations I need to turn in, because that really does destroy my ability to trust them, you know? If there's a crime committed against somebody here, who am I supposed to turn it into if not law enforcement? If they're just going to talk over me and refuse to investigate it because I go in alone, why go in alone? And that's the number one thing with if you have to turn something into the police, especially as a male, especially if you're homeless, especially if they can call you mentally ill. Any of those three, you need somebody to go in with you who knows when they're interrupting, so they're not going to hear any details, then they can pretend like you didn't say anything. There's a lot of things that people do with their speech when they're trying to blow you off or brush you off, and that includes lying to you. the situation with talking to their superiors, yes, that's true. You do need to talk to their superiors, but you also need to have it written down, and you also have to go through the entire sheriff's department while they postpone you for, like, for example, me, they've been postponing me for 8 months. Repeatedly, they postpone it, or they send out one of the officers who, um,
That was a little boy sounding like a little girl.
yeah, I wonder what for.
I don't know,
Looks like there's something in the tree.
That's scary.
Yep.
Ooh, is this poison ivy?
No, that's not poison ivy.
Oh, I gotta go to Safeway.
All right, be safe.
Probably not. Watch them harass me again.
It might, but I got my camera.
Dog that bites. Bye.
Always open new doors and believe you can. All right, I better go panhandle for a little bit. I'm broke as a fucking joke. See how much battery I got. Alright, so I guess let's get to it, right? I'm gonna take that little thing I use as a seat because it works pretty well as a seat. As far as all the evidence. Alright. One of the things about posting up pictures of firearms and explosives, it makes people's heads think scary things. And maybe they'll pay attention then. It sucks. Now for me, having got a bit of knowledge about that kind of stuff, but of course not making any. I'm not down with any of that kind of crap. But that knowledge itself is scary enough for a lot of people. It's scary enough for them to stop and pay a little bit of attention. Look what's going on. Take a look at the situation. Anyway, I missed peak hours for sitting there, obviously. But I did get some cans. I got $13.30 turning in them cans. I'm a hurting son of a bitch, but I'm maintaining my calm, I'm human voice. Instead of, God damn it, I hurt like a son of a bitch. on my little makeshift chair. Bless you. Well, I guess we'll see how things go.
if I stay here until 4 o'clock, I should make at least $1 or $2. Oh, there's Stafford, Lawford, one or the other. I don't remember now. I'll have to look it up. It's on my channel somewhere. People can be patient.
Buck out with I turned in. I already turned somebody away. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. That's all right.
Well, man, have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
It will get wasted on gas.
What's that?
I said it will get wasted on
That's
gas.
fine. I don't care.
Thank you, sir. Cool boat. Rainbow surf. Yep, I'll admit it. The rainbow surfboard that just went by was pretty cool. Someone's dog's having fun relieving themselves. See if I can sit my happy butt down. There's our good friends, the police. They're always fun to visit with, ain't they? You know what? Not everybody in the world is your friend. But not everybody in the world's a jackass either, you know? And you're,
This is all we have.
it'll get wasted on gas or food.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I do have enough to pay my fine tomorrow, which is good. That's why I'm saving up the rest of it for the gas that I need to get. And of course, gotta have food. I do have a little bit of food I can take up the mountains with me.
It's not really enough to live on, but it's definitely better than nothing. It's thanks to some descendants of some Ukrainians and Russians. Awful sweet of them. Anyway, I believe his name was, Christ. Dennis? Might have been Daniel. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. He got me some food. He was here with a church youth group, which is pretty cool. Well, depending on the church youth group, I suppose. When I was a wee little kid, when I got to go home on home visits, I got to be in something called Royal Rangers, which is kind of like Boy Scouts for Christians. But we did get to learn some pretty cool stuff in that class. I call it a class because it was basically Sunday school. But they also had camping trips, and they really did teach a lot of Boy Scout type of stuff. I also think that there should be a Susie Homemaker badge for the Boy Scouts. I think learning life skills like how to cook for yourself is pretty important. I think being able to wipe your own butt is pretty important. I think being able to change your own tire is pretty important. Wouldn't that be great if we could give Girl Scouts a Girl Scout badge for being able to change a tire? Imagine how independent we could make about 60 to 70% of the women in the United States. Or we could make a whole bunch of them feel bad because their daughters would say, hey, I need to get my changing a tire on a car badge. Could you help me? I'm sorry, hon. I don't know how to do that. You're going to have to ask your dad. I'm not one of those people who's of the belief that women have to have men. I'm just one of those people who is of the belief that we need to teach women our trades. A woman is capable of plunging a toilet. Does she know how? Who knows? Do most guys know how to plunge a toilet? Yeah. Here in the United States anyway. Most of us should know how to plunge a toilet. Alright, I'm gonna slide this back in my pocket so I end up looking like a crazy person if I talk to it. Shit, god damn it.
What's wrong with it?
When I get tired, sometimes I start speaking Wookiee.
Thank you for everything. I'm trying to get my girlfriend to go down to Lincoln City or Newport for some other social services, like Coastal Support Service or Great Twin.
Or actual help for fucking mental case.
Well, yeah, right.
Other
right,
than
right.
bullshit.
Yeah, I've been canceled at the MAT appointment. Still waiting on Tillamook family counseling. They haven't done much. But on on the other side of that coin, I also got kicked out of a lot of places, thrown up dry.
Oh well, I quit that in 2001. So
Like,
I'm lucky.
who gets kicked out of a hospital? Me.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm working right. There we go. You ever gotta take a leak so bad you can taste it? Holy dear bejesus. Almost 3 o'clock. But I'm gonna have to piss myself. Maybe somebody will pick up the phone while I'm gone. Maybe they won't. I have to be. Thank you. Praise the Jeebus, right? I'm glad I'm at least making something today. The last few days have been pretty horrendous. There's also been some real nice shit that's happened the last few days. I try to pay attention to both, but also pay attention to my protection and the protection of my loved ones. Oh my God. I'm stretching myself out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.